Hey everyone, I am back and it is Monday evening and I'm getting ready to sit down with my bullet journal and update a few things throughout the day. So let's just dive right in. Okay, so this is today, and in my last video I mentioned that I had some blank pages before the beginning of this weekly spread, and my original plan was to do this doodle with me video on those blank pages. However, when I went to film that, I got a little excited and carried away and just went with the next blank page. So yesterday, during my me day, I decided to come in and decorate a little bit. So I added this with one of my Tombow dual brush pens, and then I added a few little things that I did throughout the day. And then I printed off one of my coloring stickers from the shop, and I put that in my journal, and I added a little quote in cursive here. Life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. And I colored that in again with the Tombow dual brush pens. So that is how I ended up filling that space. Totally was not the plan, but I had a great time kind of being creative and having fun in my journal yesterday. So there's that. All right, so moving on to today, I have a few things I still want to mark off here. I'm going to use my Sharpie art pen, which I'm still using and loving. All right, handwriting course, I did some work on that. It's still not complete, obviously. Dusting and vacuuming still did not happen today. I print and cut orders, and instead of working on these headers, I actually had a blog post to finish writing and editing. So I did that instead, which ended up taking me like all day. It was ridiculous. Okay, so I'm just gonna write that in here as another task. Since I got it done, I wanna make sure that that's noted. And the reason that took so long is I decided to create a new freebie printable for the tribe, so I had to get that all done and complete and in there. It was kind of a last minute decision to add that in there, so it took me a few extra hours than planned. Okay, so that is my day, and I did take some notes here for some ideal image sizes for different social media platforms. So when I go to do this header for Facebook and YouTube, I have the image size here that I need to work on. Okay, and then another Sunday adventure was this spread, and I ran across this art print online. I was doing some Amazon shopping, and it said, "Please romaine calm," and it had this picture of like a romaine lettuce in shock, like "please remain calm," and it cracked me up, which led me down the path of Googling food puns, which I wrote down here, and then that led me down the path of doodling the food. So that's like basically the top half is the food that relates to these puns, and then I added in some more down at the bottom. So this might be another doodle with me video. That would be kind of fun. Anyway, so that was my day yesterday and today. And now I am going to turn to the very next page. It's not very often that I have to turn the page after just one day, but I really don't have enough room. Well, you know, I actually do have enough room because these are going to take me some time, and then I won't add too many more tasks. So I'm just going to add Tuesday in right down here. Okay, as far as tasks go tomorrow, I'm gonna double check my Calendex. I know that I have an event tomorrow. So let's double check. Tomorrow's the 21st, page 155. And 11 a.m. I have a podcast interview, which is awesome. I just realized I totally forgot to draw my weather. I've got this podcast interview at 11, then I've got all of these tasks plus whatever other tasks I want to add to my list. I know that being Tuesday, I need to pack and ship orders. And I think I'm actually just going to leave it at that. So I'll have that interview, pack and ship orders, and then work on my headers, continue working on my handwriting course, and hopefully dust and vacuum when I get home. So my plan for tomorrow is going to be a little bit different than usual. Since I have this podcast interview in the morning, I'm going to wait to go to the office afterwards. So I'm going to do a full 3-hour morning routine tomorrow, which will be great. Then I'm going to work on probably the Facebook header and YouTube header and stuff like that. And then I'll have this interview at 11. Then I can eat some lunch and head into the office. Probably get to the office by 1 and then be home by 6. That is my plan tomorrow. Now we're gonna let that dry as per usual and go back and do some monthly spreads. All right, on my gratitude log today, I think, all right, so this is gonna be the silliest thing to be grateful for, but I had to buy some new jeans because none of my other jeans fit at the moment. So I bought some new jeans and they arrived today, and I am super, super grateful that they all fit wonderfully and they're super comfortable. So how do I say that I'm grateful for jeans? Oh boy, this is gonna be another doodle that I'm probably, let's see if we can do it here. That's a waistband. That's like the zipper thing. Well, these are probably gonna look like shorts, not jeans. Let's see. I don't have enough room. Okay, those are jeans. Oh, I'm cracking myself up. Okay, let's give them pockets. That might help them to look more like jeans. Okay. Hem at the bottom. You know, that stitching makes it look like jeans, right? And then some belt loops. Okay, we're gonna call those jeans. And I'm gonna color it in with a light blue and then a dark blue to shade it. Oh no, that was not dry. Crud. That's okay. They're just, they are distressed jeans. They're very distressed. Okay. All right, let's do this. I know teal is not really a jean color, but it'll work, right? Okay. Those are jeans. Okay. I am cracking myself up, y'all. Okay. Time to get back to work here. Let's fill in my tracker for today. I did not do a blog post today, but I do have one already scheduled for tomorrow, so I'm going to go ahead and color that in. did not eat so well today. I'm not gonna mark that off, or a me day. And that's it. All right, and then self-care. I was in a pretty spectacular mood today. We're gonna give that a 9. It's very refreshed from yesterday. Sleep, 7. Diet, I'll go up to a 7. It wasn't quite as bad as yesterday, but an activity, I'm gonna go with a 6. I didn't work out today or anything, but I was still moving around a lot. Okay, now for my time log. I spent about 4 hours on Etsy stickers, and then spent a couple hours on admin tasks, and then the blog is what got me today. Ooh, I did YouTube as well. A couple hours on YouTube, and then blog was a good 4 hours. That makes it my longest day this month. Why does it not feel like it was my longest day this month? I bet it's because I took the entire day off yesterday. So working so long today didn't feel so bad, I guess. Interesting. Okay, my IncoWrimo. I did catch up on letters, I promise. I just left them downstairs. And I don't feel like going and getting them right now. I wrote 6 more letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts me almost on track for the month. Hopefully I'll get caught up even more throughout this week, but I'll be able to fill this in tomorrow. All right, and mood mandala. I'm gonna say that I was excited today. I'm gonna go with excited. A lot of you know that I have been holding interviews to find perfect candidate, the perfect person to come work with me at my office and help me with my sticker shop and everything else around the office. And I'm excited today because I sent her an email officially offering her the position, and she accepted. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna email her back in a little bit, and we're gonna figure out when she can start and when we can get her training. And of course I'll have a blog post, possibly even a YouTube video introducing her to y'all, so definitely stay tuned for that. But I am thrilled. I am over the moon excited. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw a little bit today, so let's do it. I think I'm just automatically going to use the thicker pen. Let's see. Was that a medium? Yes, this is the medium. So got a ring there, and then let's do then, since I already have this little line here, I think I'm going to do another circle. And then how are we going to decorate this space in between? Let's do like these need something inside of them, kind of like these. Sorry about that noise. That would be my dog getting comfortable on her bed up here. She's so funny. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so new plan. Oh dear, I was hoping not to have to draw a circle in this one. Okay, I'm happy with that for today. Now let's get today or tomorrow colored in and ready to go. And that'll be that. Tomorrow. So that is it. We are good to go. We're set up for tomorrow, and I will see you then. Bye.